Well, good morning, everybody. It's Sunday, and it is the 5th of October, 2025, and I am headed to Carlsbad, yes, again. Couple of reasons. One is on my little casita, I'd love to have a screen door, and I'm a little bit confused about sizing. I actually went out, looked at YouTube videos, how to measure your door. And so I measured my door and nothing seemed to fit right. So I'm going to take my measurements to Lowe's, try to find someone there that knows what they're doing with screen doors, make sure I get the right one. And I am not going to install it myself. There's a handyman that works here that is nearby me that gets recommended. I'm going to hire him to do it if I find a screen door that's going to be the right size. Also, I did buy that little lighted pumpkin. It's not enough. I want more. Dottie wants more. We all want more, don't we, Dottie? Dottie's sleeping. It tells you how comfortable she is riding in the car. She's only been in the car for about a few minutes, and she's already out like a light on her little bed. So what else is going on today? Got my day off today, day off tomorrow. Got a little special trip tomorrow that you will see. No spoilers, but we have a little special trip with a special guest tomorrow. Kind of excited about that. Nothing happening. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, nothing. Other than you're catching on when I'm here, I go to breakfast with guys on Thursday mornings. So we'll be doing that Thursday morning, probably unless something else comes up. Got a couple things I got to get off my plate here in the next month or so. Is one, I want to get a new doctor here. The quartzite thing's not working out for me. They're very nice and they were great, but I ran out of a prescription like halfway through the summer. So I called them and I said, hey, I need this prescription redone. And the nurse practitioner was no longer there. And they said, I'm sorry, you have to come in. I said, well, I'm not coming in until December. And they said, well, no one here is going to write a prescription just based on your history. That's okay. It wasn't like a classic, it wasn't a Schedule 1 narcotic or anything. It was just for my GERD medication. So I had to go online, find a doctor who, in about 5 seconds after talking to me, was willing to do it. So I think at the hospital here in Artesia, I found a practice that not only takes Medicare, but they also do virtual visits. So that'll eliminate that problem. And, it makes sense because, guys, I'm here 6 months out of the year. And, 3 months in Quartzsite, 3 months in Eagle Nest. So it only makes sense here. And also, Dottie's vet is here. Need to get Dottie in for a checkup, make sure everything's okay, maybe run some blood tests, make sure there's no been adverse effects from him having the gabapentin pills, and I'm going to have the doctors check her out for any aches and pains and see how she's doing. Listen to that heart murmur, still make sure it's minimal or hopefully gone. And then we need to take George in too, because George is running out of his prescription for being sedated during travel days. And hopefully we'll get that prescription renewed by this vet. This vet's never seen George, or she may have a much better idea about what to do about travel days. And I'm sorry, this camera is the monitor screen is so small, I can't tell whether you can really see Dottie or not. I'm going to assume that you can. And but that said, you don't want to see me, do you? You want to see that. And I was a little worried about these morning trips into Carlsbad because of the sun being on the screen, but a couple people said the sun's fine. It's not bad at all. Don't worry about it. So we're not going to worry about it. Notice I'm not using the phone I've been using on car trips the past few times. It's my new iPhone. I'm using my Insta360 X5 today, just switching it up a little bit. For those of you wondering, yes, I got my MacBook Pro, and it got all set up, and it's working, and it is it'll do everything that I can do on my desktop. It can do it just as well, and that's good, because if I want to go to a coffee shop, or I'm going to take it with me to New York, and I want to continue producing and editing and exporting videos, guess what? It's going to do just great. And just so you know, people talk about the Apple ecosystem, how all the devices talk to each other. It's true. There is one exception, and this is just a nerd frustration. But here's the frustration. I have two Apple TVs, one in the trailer, one in the casita. And Apple TV has like this home sharing thing. You click on it and it communicates with all your other Apple computers. I have not been able to make that work once, despite a couple hours of troubleshooting. You know, yes, if you're an Apple person and you're going, oh, there's simple things you can do, Rob, you probably, well, yes, they're signed into the same iCloud Apple server. All of them are the same logon, because I only have one. They're all on the same Wi-Fi network. Home sharing is turned on in both the computers and on the Apple TV, but it won't work. And here's the irony. I have no reason for it to work. I don't, if you could do things like look at photos or stream video from your PC or your laptop to your TV, I got no reason to do that. I just don't. But it's the principle. I want it to work. It's supposed to work. But one of the coolest things is when you get a new computer or you get a new phone, to me, one of the biggest pains in the neck, here's the turn for Sitting Bull Falls, and it's 32 miles from this turn right here. So you make a right here, Sitting Bull Falls is 32 miles. And maybe I'll take you out there this week. We'll take a look at that. Sitting Bull Falls. I hear it's impressive. And it's not close because it's not federal. I don't think. Maybe I better double check that. I think it's state, but I'll check before I head that way. I've run into a couple that is out here in the area, and they were out here, made this big trip to go to Carlsbad Caverns. They're kind of bummed out because it's closed for the government shutdown. I think it's about time to do another preparation quartzsite video, but I don't know what topic to do. It seems like I've covered everything recently. But if you guys can think of a quartzsite topic that you would be interested in, or you think other people, especially newbies, would be interested in, let me know, and I'll use your suggestions to come up with another quartzsite video. One of the things I'm looking at, I'm working on a little bit, I've done some research on. I did that video on resources to find your home base, like a place to, that not like a mail service, but like a physical place, like buying an RV site in a RV park that sells their sites, or private land, or things of that nature. And that was pretty popular, and I asked, should I do a part 2? And overwhelmingly it was yes, and please list specific things that you know to be for sale and how much they are and a little about them. So I've started doing that research, And usually I don't have to do a lot of research on my videos, but this one's taken a little bit. But I think it'll be pretty good. I'm probably going to work on it later this afternoon. Or any other topic that you think would be interesting related to Quartzsite. Carlsbad Caverns National Park. I saw a sign there. It's over 100 years old. It was christened and opened in 1923. And that's 102 years now. I talked to someone that had visited there, and they were talking about you can either take the elevator, or there's a hiking trail to go in. They said, take the elevator. And I said, why? I said, because you'll get enough exercise once you get down there. Enough exercise? How big could it be? And they're like, Rob, you have no idea. Well, how long could it take to go through? He said, well, if you walked without stopping, probably a couple hours, but if you stopped and looked at stuff, probably a good part of the day. I did not realize how big it was. I had no idea. If it's that big, I think I might bring my little my little knapsack and bring all my cameras. This one I'm on now supposedly has really good low light capabilities. You can also do 360 shot, although unless you have a headset like a Quest or something, you won't be able to see it. But if you do, I may, as an experiment, just upload a 360-degree format video for people that have virtual reality headsets. So as I mentioned, I gotta get those two things done. I gotta get Dottie and George to the vet, and I gotta get me to the human vet. It's October. I guess I'll find out how much my my Medicare Part D drug plan is gonna go up. I've already heard some nasty rumors. To me like we're coming into Carlsbad. Living Desert State Park is down here, and I need to check that out as well, and I will bring you along with me on a day where I'm not feeling so lazy. Dottie. And Lowe's is right I don't think I need to do anything for the Ford. It says 62,000. I've got another couple thousand miles to go to oil change. And I'll probably get real close to that when I come back from Portside. Maybe a little over, but not too much. Planet Fitness here for those of you that maybe car camp and you have that national Planet Fitness membership. It's right here by the Lowe's in Carlsbad. You jump in there and get a shower and a workout. A lot of people do that. A lot of people on the road have it because it's a very reasonable annual cost to being part of that big network of gyms. It's a little hard to see what that guy was doing, but he made it. He did it. Oh, that's why we need to. Oh, he's another white pickup truck. There are pickup trucks backing out and jumping in and out all over the place. Alright, well, we'll pull in right here. I burnt my finger on, I was making Dottie's food and I have a vacuum sealer and I put my back of my finger on the heating element and it still hurts. I burned myself. You can't even see it, so it's not even it's not even a first degree burn. All right, Dottie. I will, I'll see you in a few, okay? All right. We got the, let's turn it up so it's nice and cool in here, Dottie. We'll take our phone. From my other video, you've probably seen this. My favorite Christmas display here. Check this out. Especially this guy. You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. It's so cool. And the Halloween stuff is over here, and I want more. The little pumpkin was not enough. I love that big tall guy, but I bet he's like $500 or more. How much are those?
$4.50.
Oh, yeah. I'll just drag some change out of my pocket and buy one of those. Even this is $129.
Everything is crazy, huh?
Oh.
The big skeletons do something. This is $3.45.
I do want one. How about this? I'm a big Snoopy fan. It lights up. $60. We'll get it. But we got to find somebody to help us on the screen doors, though. Screen doors. Mr. Grinch. I don't know the rest of his words, just the first line. All right, appliances, fashion bath, home decor, doors and windows. These are all regular doors. Let's see screen doors. Screens, storm doors, these are pretty heavy duty, heavier than I was expecting. I got a new dog. Dottie, you should see Dottie's like, what the hell is that, Dad? It's your new brother, Snoopy. I think that's pretty funny. Okay, no screen door. Those of you that probably, I probably got building contractors and carpenters that watch me. I carefully measured the opening, and 34.75 by 79 is the opening, measuring from the jamb to the jamb, top to bottom, on the outside of the door. And they said I had to wait like 15 minutes for someone that knows about doors. They said, that's custom made. Sorry, we can't help you unless you want a custom made screen door. And not only no, but hell no. It's not worth it. I guess if I really wanted a screen, I could get those inexpensive ones that you just hang with the magnets in the middle. My friend Deborah suggested that. I'll look into that if I really want a screen. But a screen door, not happening. It's 79. And the standard height is 80. Who'd have thought? But anyway, guess what we're gonna do? We are gonna do, remember and sometimes I talk to you guys like you're watching all these videos, and I forget that something like 40% of you are new. So you don't know what the heck I'm referring to. So I have to explain myself. I was very intrigued by this guy that did a video where he ran around and tried every fast food burger that he could find and reviewed them. And I think that looked like a lot of fun. I don't have that kind of channel. I could do a video like that. It would be a lot of work because you either do it over several days or you take one bite of the hamburger and throw it away and go to the next one, because if you're going to do 6 of them, you're not going to eat 6 hamburgers. I can barely eat one. So I decided every once in a while when I'm in town like this, I'm going to do one. I did one yesterday at, where did I go? Wendy's. And today I'm going to go to a New Mexico fast food chain called Lotaburger. And I've always liked them, but we'll see what they got and tell you how much it costs. Snoopy, you can get a little bite. Dottie, you can get a little bite too. I'm trying to remember, somewhere I had one of those flexible screens. I think it was in my very first travel trailer. My very first travel trailer was a Leighton Nomad 27-footer. And I think I had one of those in there, and I ended up, it just didn't work. Something about it didn't work. I ended up ripping it out and throwing it away, which makes me not want to do it again. But I don't really remember what the particular problem was. And I think that Lotaburger, there's another name for it too. And hopefully it's on the sign up here. But they're all over New Mexico. Never remember this one. I think they have a little parking space up back that has a little bit of shade, which is important when you're trying to eat a burger and review it. And I got to tell you, yesterday, it took a long time for me to upload my video yesterday. I had I screwed up some stuff, and it was a really slow connection, and it took hours and hours and hours. It wasn't until mid-evening I uploaded it. But right after I uploaded it, I happened to look at the section where I'm eating the burger, and luckily I could go into Blake's Lotaburger. Blake's is the name of it. Sorry. And here it is up here. I had noticed almost subliminally that some people that review food and eat on camera full time, when they chew, they hold their hand up like that. And I discovered why, looking at my own footage. It was disgusting. So I went into editing and I clipped out those things where I'd take a bite, take the burger away, and there would be stuff caught in my beard and stuff. No one, including myself, wants to see that of myself or anyone else. So hopefully you didn't see the first few views of that. See that disgusting display that was completely unintentional. So just like usual, I'm just going to buy a cheeseburger with no pickles and nothing else. I would like a Lotaburger with cheese, no mustard, and no pickle. And do you have mayonnaise? And mayonnaise. So no mustard, no pickles. And no drink or anything else, just the burger.
Because you wanted mayonnaise on it?
Yes.
So just burger?
Just the burger with cheese and everything else, other than no pickles, no mustard. That's it. All right, thank you. So I'm curious to see how it got to 708 because the menu said 609, but there's probably an extra. I bet there's a cheese charge. We got a cheese charge. I'll bet you anything there's a cheese charge. We'll see. I'll let you know. I'll pull around the corner and we will get set up for the taste test, and I will look at the receipt and let you know. So it's a little bit more, if I recall, than it was 6 and change at Wendy's. All right. Grab a text message. Do I have any emails? Anything important? No, no, and no. How about anything interesting? Any interesting comments on Travels with Dottie? Like when I have a little downtime, yes, I go and I look for comments, look for new ones, and respond to them. These are ones I've responded to already, but Cheryl says, love your shopping videos. Feels like I've gone shopping without having to go. I get that, but you don't get any of the stuff, right? Carol said something interesting. I enjoy your speaking style. It's nice to hear a normal person speaking normally, but strangely hard to find these days. Thanks for sharing. What? Oh, you're still looking at me. You're not even seeing the restaurant. I should have shown the restaurant. Oh, what's wrong with me? Well, you certainly don't want to watch the person in front of me waiting in line. So anyway, enjoy your speaking style. It's nice to hear a normal person speaking naturally. Seems so simple, but strangely hard to find these days. Thanks for sharing your thoughts. Hearing you mention DOS made me chuckle. That's funny. The DOS part. The other part, is it really hard to find people just talking like I am on YouTube? Nothing to, oh, you know, we didn't look for. We didn't look for held. They hold the nasty comments, and it's almost always none there. Don't worry about it. You're good. You're good to go. How about we see how on a Saturday Taco Quest, Lost Guacamole, and something else and it's the Road Eats one, and it only got 752 views. Not very good. Poor perform. So they always rank every video 1 to 10, comparing your last 10. And you hate seeing the dreaded 10 out of 10. You want to see 1 out of 10. This is 6 out of 10. But it's hard to make a direct comparison right now because I release these I have been releasing these videos early in the morning, and it's been later and later and later. And this one was released pretty late at night, so it's going to have, in comparing to it doesn't account for the time of day. So in comparing to the other ones, none of them got, you're going to have like nothing from midnight to 6 a.m. So we'll see how it goes. But the impressions click-through rate, that's what percent of the people see the thumbnail and title and click on it. It's 6.2%, which is, for me, that's pretty low. A good one, let's look at a good one. Yeah, 7.1, that's not that different. It was one with a couple thousand. Well, here's one with almost 5,000 views. And the click rate is 7.4. So what did I say it was? The one that's not doing good? 6 something? 6.2. So it's not that big a difference. But it's funny, on the 6.2, it says, hi. Thank you. So on the one that's 7.2, it said, congratulations, people are watching more than usual. Then the 6.2 or 6.1, it said, people are not watching as they usually do. You may want to rethink your title or thumbnail, or rethink being a YouTuber at all. No, they don't say that last part, but it's like, a guy is back in it. He doesn't like people coming up on him. See, here's what I remember over here. This last spot. Oh, you can't see this. Turn this around. This last spot here. You pull in here. Got a nice shade tree. And here we are. A nice shade tree. Let's put the credit card away. Dottie was kind of dozing and sleeping, but the smell of the hamburger got her. Okay, so what do we got? Okay, it was $6.09. They charged me 50 cents for the cheese. So that brought it to $6.59.49 for the tax, so $7.08. So they charged 50 cents for cheese. What do you think it costs them for one slice of cheese? Nothing. Nowhere near. Okay. I will say right off the bat, I'm going to say it's a bigger burger than the slightly less expensive Wendy's. So the bun feels good. Take a look at that. It looks really, really good. Like the cheese melt is good. I'm going to open it up and make sure there's no pickle. Oh, no, they screwed up and they put pickles in there, guys. I said no pickles. I don't like pickles. They put 2 pickles in there. So you're losing points. No, there's 3 pickles. There's 4 pickles. Okay, that's not a food quality issue, guys. That is somebody not paying 100% attention. And you know what? That's okay. Because guess what? I'm a grown man. I can look for pickles and take them off with my fingers that easy. Sometimes it's just easier not to order it special, but the one thing I'm wanting to make sure they didn't have I don't really like mustard on my hamburgers. So here we go. Okay. Very, very good. Better than it's better than the Wendy's, and I'll tell you why. Everything is pretty much the same. I think the patty's a little thinner and wider. That's why it seems bigger. The bun's a little bigger. The bun's nice and fresh, sweet tasting bun. The meat is less thick and maybe a little less juicy, but it's very, whatever they spiced it with, salt or whatever, they did a great job. Because remember, if you saw my other one on Wendy's, the only complaint I had was it wasn't seasoned. The beef didn't really jump at me like beef, but this does. The lettuce is nice and fresh. The tomato's nice and fresh. The tomato slice is the perfect size. And I'm gonna give this for a fast food burger, we're 9.5, between 9.5 and a 10. This is really good. And I'm having fun doing this. I'll do another one. I might do McDonald's next. Anyway, are you facing me? Yes, you are. So thank you for joining Dottie, Snoopy, and myself for today's adventure, finding Snoopy, not finding a screen door, and deciding I don't really need a screen door that bad. It's gonna be okay. And for my my hamburger review. And maybe after I do the hamburger reviews, I'll do a taco review. How's that? And maybe a sub review. I just realized I don't have to jump in and do food review videos outside. I can just incorporate one per regular video when I'm out and about. That sounds like fun. I'll see you later. Take care.